Alright, part 2, CVT lesson for Dominic. Killer 80s intros, handpicked by Dominic. Okay, we're starting with Crazy Train. Every guitar player's got to know this. I'm surprised you don't know this one. This is the intro to that. Oops. I gotta turn the paper over. Hold on. I went ahead and did the ending of it for you. So, here's what you got. All single stuff. Don't leave the fingers down and go. Sounds like Marilyn Manson's Sweet Dreams that way. So, 2-2, 4-2. They're power chord notes, individually played. Try to use the same fingering. So I'm lifting this off when I go to 4A, but I'm not pulling it way off. I know I got to come back to it. Just barely lift it to stop the note. 5A, 2E. 4A, 2E. You're halfway done, believe it or not. The second half goes 2A, 5, 4, 5 on the low E. 2A, 5-4 open on the E. So there's 16 notes in here. You can subgroup them into 4s or 8s and just build it. Get that stuck in your head and then do the connect them, then you have 8 notes. And do the same thing here. Take 4 notes and then do the ending 4 notes. And then play those last 8. And then play all of them. You're going to do it 3 times. Okay, the 4th one, which a lot of people just don't ever play for some reason, but it's... So you're going to start it over up to the 5A, 2E. Then go 4th fret A, pull off to the 2nd. So before you even play it, you may want to set this down, but it's got to be there because you're pulling off from a C sharp to a B note. Pick, pull. Open D, 2G, hit them together, so the D5 power chord. And then open E and B. So here's the whole thing. Try it again. Okay, number 8, Bon Jovi, You Give Love a Bad Name. On a few of these, I went ahead and did an A section and a B section. I went a little beyond for you, just because they're both cool parts. Starting with this. Okay, and then, oh yeah. Let's do it. 10G, whole step bend, 3rd finger, back it with a couple. Whole step, 2 fret bend. Then stop it. We did this in Maiden. Bring it down, pick it again. Go 8, 10 on the G, but bend, release the 10. 8G, quarter step bend, real slight. Don't beat yourself up over that. If you don't throw the quarter step in, it'll still sound good. But it has a good feel to it. 10D, and then palm mute 8, 10 on the D, and then right back to the 10G whole step bend on the G. And then pick it again, vibrato. Then go 8, 10 on the G, 10 on the G, bend, release, pull off to 8. So it's a combination technique here. You gotta go. Had a lot happen, but only one note picked. Okay? And then pick the 10D. That's a nice subgroup, by the way, even though it's only 3 notes. pick the 10 again, and then start it over. And you'll see second time no star. It's all notated. Then the main rhythm here is palm muted for most of it, 3A, 3E. And I would, rather than go, I would kind of flatten it to where you can pick that and then just shift your knuckle up to play the 3rd fret on the E. Remember, it's palm muted, down pick everything. 1, 3A, 1 on the D twice, 3, 1, 3 on the A, right back to the shift to the 3E, 1, 3 on the A, and then 1 D, quarter step bend twice, 3A. Richie's got a little slight pinch harmonic on that with the vibrato. Here's that part. This is 8B. The solo part's 8A, this is 8B. Okay, so far. Actually, it's time to switch guitars. You want to tune flat for this? You're probably going to ask me, can you play all this on the guitar that's tuned standard? Yes, you can. But if you play along with it, it's not going to. It won't match it. That's what I'm getting at. So for tuning flat, it's notated in the tabs. Like I said, I don't know if you have tuned flat before. Never asked you, but a lot of the 80s bands did. So on this, it's Dokken, In My Dreams. And great riff from him. And here's what you're looking at with In My Dreams. And then, did I put the ending on that? I hope I did, yep. I didn't do that part though. Anyways, 5E, 3rd finger, slide to 7, and then go to 5A. Go to 7A, but you're gonna palm mute the 7A. And those are things I'm talking about, Dominic. If you don't want to palm mute it, it's just one note there, palm muted, and it's throwing you off. Don't worry about it now. Get comfortable with the riff, and then you can add that in later. And then we'll power chord 7A, 9D. Hit it twice. You got to rest in between them. So these are little things a lot of people miss. It's part of Lynch's articulation and his style. Just they're stylistic things. D. Martini does this stuff a lot too. You don't have to do it. Fret hand mute down up on the E. If that's too tricky for you, like I said, don't worry about it. But you're gonna go to 5E and start it over basically. But the power chord becomes 5/7 AD twice. So then more of the down up fret hand mutes, and then start the riff over again. But now it's 3/5 AD, 5/7 AD, down up mute on the E and A, and then 7/9 on the A, twice. So, and then down up again on the end of that. You're going to play that twice, second time no star. So let's do that whole thing. So that second time through, you cut it short. You'll see that in your tabs, and you're going to a 3E 5A into open A 2D twice. So simple. And that's it for number 11, Dokken. The next one, it was cool to hear you mention this one. Black and blue, hold on to 18. Bridge and neck pickup, you can kind of experiment. And I think I showed you two parts. We have a 12A and a 12B. So here's what you got. I'm going to go to neck pickup. I'm not getting the volume I want. No, I'm going to blend them. What the heck? Just the volume's not as loud. Here's what we're looking at. And I gotta turn it over, sorry, but I must. I don't know, or does it just repeat that? 6. Oh yeah, no, there's more. There. Okay, so on the clean part, there it's similar to the distortion section, but the distortion section's a little fuller. You'll see what I mean. So you're starting with open 2-2 A, D, and G, like the Queensryche one. Hit from that, go to the D major, 2-3-2 from the bottom up, and hit those three. So we have open D and G to 2 D and G. You're going to bar the 2s. 3-3 A D to 3-5 A D. Back to 3-5 A D to open D, G, and B. That's all for 12A, which is the clean part. Then you kick in the distortion and go open A to D and G. That's like the first chord. Into the D. Now on that part, hit D, G, B, and E. So it's we're gonna move to a G major. A lot of the rock dudes play like this. 3E, muted A, 3B, and mute the high E out. Strum those. To an A major, open A, 2-2-2, D, G, and B. So 1E, 3A, 3D, and then this chord you're not gonna like. 3A, 5-5-5, D, G, B, and then the 3 on the high E. If it's too tough, just make it a power chord. But it's down, up, down, and it's quick. And then 3-5-5-5, that's 8, you're already set for that. To G. This time on the G, they go 3E, muted A, 3B, 3E. You're gonna hit all of them. So it's then from the G, the A, and the D. Open D, G, B, and then second fret on those same strings. 1-3-3 E, A, D to the C chord, 3-5-5-5, which you're probably gonna want to keep it as a power chord. The G, which is 3 mute, open, open 3 to open E, 2A, 2D. So there's a lot of similar stuff going on in there. Subgroup it. My last point on this one is you'll see a lot of rests in your tabs. Those are good subgroups because you're working with 2 chord chunks at a time. Like from the distortion, you could practice going. You want these fingers to be able to just land it. So that one's cool. It's set up that way. The next one would be G to A. And then F to C. Next one. So approach it that way, and you'll get the results you want. Page 7, we got 2 pages left. 13A, I did 2 parts of LA Guns. Sleazy, Come Easy, Go. Bridge pickup, you're tuned flat for this. Showed you 2 parts because that little intro was cool. He goes. Let's start with that. 15E, 12E. Put a finger down to help bend it. You're going to go bend, release, pull off. Make sure it's a whole step bend. And then get this middle finger out of the way when you do your pull off. If you get that on one string, you'll get it on the others. It's the same concept. Same thing on the B. Same thing on the G, but it's 14 and 12. and then 14D slide. Slide to around fret 5, but just stop the note. Alright, next part is 13B. Alright, so open E, and then go to 4A, 6D. You may want to set that down in advance so it's ready to go. Hit the open E, and then hit that chord, A and D string, slide it a half step sharp up to 5/7. Kind of like smoking in the boys' room type thing. Right back to the open E, and then this time go 4/6, slide to 5/7 again, and throw in a 4/6 on the AD on the way back. That's the only difference. Okay, next one. Actually, dude, this is Motley Crue, and we have to change to what's called double flat. So for double flat tuning, hold on here. Every string is down a whole step for double flat, and I believe I wrote that down in your tabs. If I didn't, I'm going to. Oh, I did. So your low E is now a D. The A is a G. D is a C. D is a C. G is a F. B is A, and E is D. Everything a whole step down, which Motley did most of the time. And like I said, dude, you can play this on a standard tuned guitar. It's fine. But if you're playing along with it, and you got the right tunings now. So we're just doing the intro to Looks That Kill. It was tuned, but we got some cold weather going. Alright, 7D, 9G. Push that down. 2 open A's palm muted. And you're going to do that twice. But don't pause in any of this. And then 2 more opens, palm muted, and then go to 5/7 on the D. 2 opens, palm muted. Hit the 5/7 again. 2 opens, palm muted. Hit the 5/7 DG, slide it to 4/6. So. Okay, so say bye to my Yamaha.